The CoinDesk Spotlight is brought to you by Nexo, the place to earn on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and more.
NFT NYC kicks off this week with thousands of in real life folks expected to meet in New York IRL, despite a downturn in the markets. Earlier, we caught up with Sebastien Borget, co-founder and COO of The Sandbox. Have a listen.
I think the Metaverse is not something that's specifically related to NFT collection or to a specific cryptocurrency or general trend over the cryptocurrency market and its up and downs. It's really a long-term trend defined by a disruption based on the new technology, but also based on the content and experience we're going to find in it, and that content and experience is made by people. So
but based on the Metaverse and NFT related tokens dropping about 80% since the beginning of the year, does that kind of indicate that we're still in a speculative early infancy of this market? And do you expect it to be more stable in the future?
I definitely expect more stability, but also just more growth in the future. Because think about it, we just have 3 million users with a wallet in Sandbox. We just have 21,500 landowners, 300 major brands. So there is still a large avenue for growth. And we began launching 2 alpha seasons with more than 350,000 players just in March. Good potential, right? And we started in 2000.
Where do you see that participation, leveling right now amid the bear market? Do you see it leveling off, or are people just waiting to see what happens?
I really think it's not related to market trends, ultimately. We were started in 2018. It was already a bear market. I have over 15 years experience with my co-founder and the team building product. So that's where we come from. We come from building great product, fun products that engage people. And then we build the community around for the right reason. And then we add the tokens, which give more ownership for creator, more revenue share for them. And all of that creator economy isn't going to disappear just based on the token fluctuation or the hype on the market.
Curious, what are the demographics? Who are the people using Sandbox right now?
So that's very interesting. The demographic of Sandbox is really adult, 25 to 45 years old. There are people from all around the world, not only US or Europe, but also Korea, Japan, China. So we have a great diversity, and we also bring creators and gamers that were never players before or who never created on another platform before. So Sandbox has been really this leading force towards more accessible, more accessibility and more content creation for a new format of entertainment we haven't seen yet before.
And so you've announced that you're partnering up with MasterCard, as well as Lionsgate, and the most recent announcement, Time. What kind of community do you want to, how do you choose these partnerships, and what kind of community do you want to build eventually?
So we definitely want to create a metaverse where people can have fun, can come once, but more essentially can stay and keep engaging. And that comes with mostly entertainment, culture, lifestyle, media, fashion, gaming. Those are some of the key verticals that we work to attract by bringing some of the top brands in this place, such as Lionsgate, such as Time magazine for the culture in history and architecture impact. But beyond that, ultimately, we're going to see a majority of the metaverse built by users themselves. 99% will be made by through UGC. And ultimately, probably over the next decade, all the real-world activity will exist in an augmented manner in the metaverse, and that's why we're also seeing brands like HSBC, PwC, and more.
So the most recent announcement is that Time is going to build a Times Square in the Sandbox. Congratulations. So do you think that it's just a matter of the physical world rebuilding in the metaverse, or how will the physical and digital identities differentiate or be similar?
Well, I think it's really a unique chance. The Sandbox map, you might be familiar, we've been comparing it quite often to a virtual Manhattan. Like people can own their digital virtual real estate and publish all sorts of experience. We've been bringing brands, as I mentioned, from architecture, from fashion, from gaming, from lifestyle. And now we are kind of looking like what could be the heartbeat of that place. And I think time is a very legitimate media that's with its collection of timepieces, and also the fact it is present all around the world through all its edition, to bring on like the community around, participate and shaping a new form of architecture, a new form of creation. So not just like trying to replicate what exists in the real world, but really giving a chance to all generation and people all around the world to shape it together. And that's exciting.
And how do you see Web3 and the Sandbox, I guess, differentiating from Web2 and other Web2 companies like Meta, which is also building a metaverse?
Well, we're definitely seeing it from multiple angles. The first one is like we're really focused on like bringing back the value into the hands of users and communities that contribute to shape that metaverse, meaning concretely giving 95% revenue share back to creator and letting the users truly own all their digital asset, own their digital identity in the form of avatar, even owning like digital land or their currency. And even better, like not trying to monetize on top of them by collecting their data on their behalf and trying to sell it for advertising, but creating a place for more experiences and letting users go free, take their asset and use them through interoperability across any other decentralized virtual world. That's essential.
And we've discussed this before, but we'd love to hear you dive into it further. Is there going to be a future between those who are the landowners in the metaverse versus the rent holder, the leaseholders or whatever? So, and how does that dynamic play into the social status and sociology of the metaverse?
I think there will be a future for all creators in the metaverse, and people can choose to own land and become virtual neighbors from some of the top brands, some of them we mentioned. But we also keep about 15% of the land well distributed over the map that we will give for free or rent for free to anyone coming with a great idea. So there will be, again, no barrier toward like being present in the metaverse. It's just a matter of like how you want to contribute to it, how you want to shape it differently from what we've seen before. Okay.
And I guess, going forward, what are you most excited about seeing and developing in the Sandbox and the metaverse?
So we're having this 2 days event here in New York. We brought a lot of our community from all around the world, between like artists, creators, builders, landowners, partners, investors. And you can feel like that vibrant energy in the crowd, in the people who are now like over those 2 days communicate even more and start new ideas, new projects will be born, I think, over the next 2 days. So that's what excites me the most, like really empowering people through the creative tools we have, keep improving them, and give them all the means to bring their idea to life. That's exciting.
And by contrast, what are the biggest challenges and concerns you see ahead?
I've been already mentioning before, I think, but the three main challenges we see in the metaverse, of course, they are content and creativity. So the metaverse is really going to be as good as the content we find in it. So we need to keep pushing to have more exciting experience. That creativity or that content can be achieved only if we have a great technology built upon it, meaning like we can build experience that will welcome thousands, if not millions of players, that will offer like more immersive content and gaming and non-gaming kind of experiences, even like virtual concert, art shows, etc., which is still, I think, we're still very early days. Like I think Sandbox is leading the way in showcasing the possibilities, but we're going to keep improving over years and after years how we're doing it. And safety, of course, it's a primary concern for many people, both in the space of like security, like owning your digital assets on your wallet is also implying some security concerns. So we've been partnering with some of the leading companies in the space to educate, such as Ledger. There will be a major announcement probably tomorrow. And
big news, Ledger, Sandbox.
Also some company like Brand Shield, like also like constantly monitoring and protecting users against all the scams, threats, and phishing attacks. And also a company like WebHelp, which are bringing moderators to make sure like we can enjoy the metaverse while not being harassed online or not having like attacks over our virtual avatars, etc. So it's really important, I think, specifically as like avatars become our new digital identity. They are the new representation of ourselves, and we don't want to feel attacked online.